So we made it. We're kind of at the end of our set of lessons. We're going to kind of treat episode 7 the same way we treated episode 4. We originally learned a lot about energy, and we were able to take those energy concepts and apply it to the car going down the ramp. We then let them choose their own variable to investigate. We then, in the second set of lessons, began to look more at momentum. Energy is still a thing. They should still be talking about the amount of energy, kinetic energy, and different things as before and after the collision. But we also introduced this idea of momentum. Now they get the chance to adjust their own variables. So what happens when you change the masses of the cars? What happens if you change the surface that the cars are moving on? What happens if you actually push the car down the ramp instead of just letting it fall? So any variable that they want to look at would be something that they could investigate. That would be their independent variable. The dependent variable, of course, is the distance that the cars go. They should take some data and put it in their data table. Usually that involves several trials and then kind of finding an average on what to put into that area or into that data table. I'm not sure if fourth graders are really good with average yet, but if you can just say it's about 40 centimeters or it's about 38 centimeters because you got 38, 39, 37, 34, then that's one way to just kind of look at the average. Then it's a good idea to take that data from the data table and put it into some kind of a graphic format so they can see if the line moves up or if the line moves down or how those different things changed. And then in the end, they need to make a claim. And this is going to be graded, so it's kind of important that they put as much effort into this as possible. But they're going to make a claim based on that evidence. How did changing the mass of the first car affect the distance the second car went? Or how did changing the mass of the second car affect the distance that it went? Be sure that when they're setting up their experiment, they're only changing one variable at a time. If you change both masses of both cars in your experiment, you're not going to know which one made the difference in the experiment. So be sure that they're only changing one variable at a time. If they want to test a second variable, that needs to be a second experiment. So kind of hold them off on doing too much work unless they really get into it, and then let them go wild. But be sure that if they're going to make a claim, that it's based on evidence from that one variable that they changed in the experiment. Thank you again so much for all the effort that you're putting in with your student. If you have any questions, please contact your teacher, or you can contact me at likescience2020@gmail.com. They are going to be turning this in, so if they want to turn it in electronically, that's fine. Sometimes it's easier to draw the graph on paper and then import it into the picture. Take a picture of it with your phone and import it into the document. Or they could just do the whole thing on paper. If they want to just do the whole thing on notebook paper, just take those blue boxes and be sure that those are things that they're writing down with headings. Thank you very much and have fun. They've learned a ton of science, and I will see you in the next unit when we do even more fun science. Thanks.